Hey guys, it's Amy. And basically, I just thought I'd jump on here quickly. I look a bit rough, but I do want to talk about something that I said I was going to talk about a while ago, and that's the MOUNJARO community discourse on Reddit, specifically the MOUNJARO UK Reddit community. Now, I think maybe, I don't know, a while ago, I recommended to you to look at MOUNJARO Reddit because I found it supportive and I found it a helpful community. And let me be clear, I'm not saying that it isn't. I think it's definitely got its positives, and I'm still a member of both of the UK Mounjaro Reddit subthreads. However, there's issues, okay? And one of the issues is there does appear to be some gatekeeping going on. And there does appear to be, maybe not a lot of people, but enough people that are shouting the loudest sort of thing, that seem to believe that the way that they're doing things is the only way to do it. And I've seen a lot of posts, especially from new people, and they quickly sort of get jumped on, and then someone will come in on the high horse and be like, well, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, or they'll be like, oh, just speak to your GP, or have you done any research on Mounjaro or whatever. And I think it's really important, right? Yes, Reddit can be supportive, but I saw a post, I think earlier today maybe, and it was something like, people have unrealistic expectations, are they not educating themselves? I don't know why people are disappointed when they only lose £1 a week or something. And can I just start by saying, people are allowed to express their disappointment, okay? People, say for example, because I've been lucky, I've been a good responder to it, whatever you want to call it, right? And I've been logging my progress since the start. And a lot of other people, if you've lost this much, however, if you're doing well on it, you're probably more likely to sort of post, aren't you? Right? And people see posts like mine and like other people's, and they kind of expect that from themselves. And I think it's natural to be disappointed if your weight loss isn't what you hoped it would be. And I think given the amount of fat bias in society, given that society tells you it's not okay to be fat, of course, do you know what I mean? Of course, you are going to want to lose weight. You might be, I don't want to use the word desperate, but you are going to want to lose weight, right? I mean, some people might not, granted, but, people that are going on Mounjaro, and I'll come to another point in a minute, but people that are going on Mounjaro classically expect to lose weight. And I think it's natural to express your disappointment. I think it's okay to express your disappointment, to be honest, in a community that's meant to be supportive. However, there's people being like, oh, well, what are you eating? You're clearly not eating right. You're clearly not understanding calories in, calories out. And that's another thing entirely, because I'm not going to lie, calories in, calories out, it's not. Do you know what I mean? People act like, right, that's all you need to do, that's it. The whole point of Mounjaro is that sort of is being questioned, isn't it? The calories in, calories out. Because I thought we all knew that it wasn't that simple. However, when it suits people, people are getting on the high horse and being like, wow, you're clearly not eating right. How healthy weight, don't you know what healthy weight loss is? You should only be losing £1 to £2 a week. That gets battered about like nobody's business. We know. Do you know what I mean? We know. And I'm not being funny, but I think anybody that's sort of been on any sort of diet or whatever, or in their life, and if you're on Mounjaro, you're likely to have been overweight, you'd probably have tried to lose weight before, can't speak for everybody. You've heard of calories in, calories out. Do you know what I mean? It's run past you a few times. It's not sort of, do you know what I mean? You're not reinventing the wheel, commenting on somebody, oh, calories in, calories out. And I find a lot, you can ask a simple question. I think I was lucky when I first started Mounjaro. It was a much smaller community in the UK and people were actually supportive. But now I feel like it's got to a situation where people are scared to ask questions because somebody's going to shoot them down. And I'm not being funny, but I highly doubt that a lot of these people that are getting on the high horse are actually doctors, obesity medicine specialists, medically trained at all. Do you know what I mean? Now, I might be wrong. Some of them might have the MBCHB. I'd like to see it. But, and it's become quite... At times, it has become uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? And I also, my second point is, people... It's almost like people have to justify why they're on Mounjaro now. People would be like, oh, I started Mounjaro at a BMI 27, but I've got PCOS and insulin resistance. do you know what I mean? That's your business. Like, you know, you've been through a prescriber, hopefully. You've been through a pharmacy, hopefully a legitimate one. You've filled in the medical questionnaire, hopefully truthfully, and you've got Mounjaro. I don't need to know the ins and outs. Do you know what I mean? I don't need your mother's maiden name and national insurance number. That's your business. But people feel like they need to justify it. Because I've seen comments like, well, I'm on Mounjaro for the right reasons. Please. Oh, these people shouldn't be on Mounjaro. Like, who are you to talk? Like, it's nobody's business. Do you know what I mean? And I know... I don't think it always comes from a bad place. I know people have said, oh, we need to protect the community. People misusing Mounjaro is going to lead to tighter restrictions for us. It's going to make it more difficult for us. It's going to give us a bad name. But at the end of the day, you know, like, you shouldn't have to, if you've got Mounjaro, if you've gone through the proper process, you shouldn't have to justify it to anyone. And also, like, oh, if you try calories in, calories out. It's when I've seen comments that if you try tracking your calories, I think every fat person's tried tracking the calories, if we're being honest, if we're being 100% open and honest. And it is getting tiring. Like, I've literally, like, asked, you know, I've asked questions and I've had people sort of, like, link me, you know, be like, oh, well, you know, just do a quick Google search and you'll find this scientific article. And then they'll link me something. It's like, well, that doesn't answer my question. It's like, you've just, you know, you found the first PubMed article with the keyword in and you've sent it getting on your high horse. Like, I've read it. It's not answering my question. Do you know what I mean? And I you know, I dare say, like, a lot of the people that are sort of getting on the high horse and acting like they know it all, I'm not convinced, if I'm honest. And, you know, I agree we shouldn't be actively encouraging people to do harmful things, but the way that people are coming across, there is some nastiness going on, and there is some gatekeeping going on. You know, they don't deserve to be on Mounjaro. I'm on it for the right reasons. I'm doing all the right things. They just think it's a miracle drug. Please. Do you know what I mean? And I'll say this, and I'll say it with my chest, right? I don't think that there's that many people that are, you know, just trying to lose a few pounds that are taking Mounjaro for that. I think the media's, you know, scaremongering, and I think it's increasing discourse in our community. Now, obviously, with, you know, with maybe more evidence coming to light, with more research, whatever, I might change my stance on that. But currently, at the minute, I don't believe, you know, I saw a comment, it was like, oh, people are just, there's loads of people that are just trying to lose £10 and they can't be asked to eat right and exercise. Like, you guys sound like the people that are just saying to fat people, oh, you just need to eat less. Like, it was almost hypocritical. Like, it's odd. It is odd. And, like, I've had people get sarky with me and link me articles that they've clearly just clicked on the first article they've come to. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, this answers your question. No, it doesn't. Oh, if you could have just Googled that. Why is there such hostility? Like, you know, I'm out here, I'd like to create a supportive community. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of supportive people. But I don't agree with this, you know, I'm doing it the right way. You should do this. You should do that. You're clearly not educating yourself. Like, why is there this? Do you know what I mean? And people just get so sarky, I find, on the threads. And, like, I don't know, I think I had more to say, like, I might speak more on it. But it's not a welcoming community at times. And I just feel like, especially when I feel like a lot of the people that are getting on the high horse, I'm like, I'm not being funny. Let me see your medical degree, please. 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 Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. Like, I feel, you know, people should be allowed anyway to, you know, post the disappointment of, you know, I've only lost £1. They should be allowed to say that. That's their experience, that's their emotions, that's their feeling. That, you know, they're not saying, I think it's healthy to lose £6 a week. They're saying they've seen other people do the same and they're upset because they've only lost £1 in a month. And I think that's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? I just think people need to calm down a bit. Like, we need to support each other. We need to be here for each other. And I don't know, like, you know, people commented, Mounjaro's a tool. Yeah, we know. Like, we know. Like, please. Like, honestly, I'm begging. Like, but I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to hear other people's thoughts. I want to reiterate, I'm not saying at all that Mounjaro's the Reddit threads are completely unsupportive, that people are deliberately trying to be nasty. But I think there's a degree of gatekeeping that's come in. I think there's a degree... I feel tension. I don't know if that's just because I disagree with these people that are commenting all the time, being like, oh, you know, if you try calories in, calories out. Have you tried it? I don't know if you've heard of it, but there's this thing called calories in, calories out. And Mounjaro is actually a tool. It's actually a tool. Are you tracking your calories? Do you know what I mean? Like, please behave, like, be sensible. But anyway, I'd be interested to know what you guys think. It's just a quick little video. But yeah, let's just be supportive. Like, let's just support each other. But then they'll turn around and go, oh, I am being support. Please. But anyway, I will see you guys later.